Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome back to my Euro Truck Simulator 2 save. So, first question today, anyone notice anything different? Yep, that's right folks, I had too much money in the bank and so I had to go shopping, and rather than going shopping for a new base or for a new lorry for one of our drivers to get in, I decided it was time for me to have a change of truck. So I've bought this DAF XF Super Space. We've souped it up, so it's a pretty decent little unit, to be honest. Got lots of little extra features on there, bull bars and a few extra lights on the top and a nice paint job and what have you. So I think it's going to suit us for a little while. It should be a fairly powerful beast, and we're going to try and test that out today. So what I've done with my old truck is I've moved it here. Well, I left it in Paris, basically, and given it to a new driver, William. So hopefully he's going to do well for us. He hasn't done very well so far. If you can see down here, it says profit per distance minus 11 euros per kilometre. The first job he did, he made a 3,000 euro loss. So yeah, that's a slight concern, but we'll see how he goes. Maybe I'll swap it around a little bit, and seeing as it, yeah, that's probably the best truck in the fleet. Opposed to, well, apart from my new DAF one, that is. Maybe I'll swap it around and give it to a slightly more experienced driver over time. We will see. But yeah, so that's the big news today. If we come out of here, we'll be able to take a proper look at it. There we go. So it's a DAF truck. It cost me a lot of money. It was best part of 310,000 euros, I think, by the time I'd done all the bits and bobs that I wanted to it. Everything comes at a price. See all the little lights and stuff. They cost money. Even the sandwich and the mobile phone on the dashboard there, they cost money too. So, but I think it's a pretty sleek looking vehicle. Obviously, mostly green, fits in with the brand. And yeah, we're going to be driving it for a little while. Anyway, let's go and see what the first job I'm going to show you with this new truck is. So here is that job. And when I bought the new truck and swapped it around with the other driver, that basically threw me back to Paris again. I had been down in southern France. I took a job then, taking a delivery of cars over to Nantes. As you can see, that's where I am right now. And from there are some of these special cargo jobs. So we're going to take this heat exchanger from Nantes to a place called Civaux, which, as you can see, is about a 6-hour drive away. A bit of a wobbly old road there, considering the size of the cargo that we're going to be taking, but hopefully it's not going to be too challenging. I'm sure they've plotted a decent route for us. We'll have the escort vehicles to help out, of course. It should be an interesting one. Civaux, I think, only has the one industry there, which is a nuclear plant, so presumably this is something towards the operation of that, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go and get it all hooked up, and we'll get on the road. And so here we are, in all our glory. A little cutscene of them hooking up this giant silo thing back to us, or the heat exchanger I think this one is. Pretty big cargo. A little bit wider than the truck, so that's something we're definitely going to have to be a little bit mindful of. Especially on slip roads and the like. But it looks like we're going to be ready to go pretty shortly. Looks like a nice day here in Nantes. As you'll notice, of course, I've taken off the snow mods. I thought for this job, there is no way I want the road to be more slippery than it has to be. So, so we are definitely taking that off. Right, let's try and get underway. So you'll see, obviously, the cab here of the DAF truck, slightly different configuration. We've got sat-navs everywhere. We have the main one built into the radio there. Obviously, we have the one that comes up on our display. Plus, I stuck another one on the bottom left-hand corner of the windscreen. So there is no excuse for us getting lost anyway, that's for sure. Yeah, this is pretty cool, isn't it? So which way are we turning here? Turning right. So the road has been blocked for us.
Turn right.
Let's just make sure we get out without dinging this heat exchanger thing on anything. Okay, that didn't go terribly well. Let's try again. It's a long old unit, that's for sure. There we go. We are out of the gate. Finally. So you'll notice with this daft truck, it's got pretty big mirrors here on the left-hand side, which are somewhat distracting. But other than that, I really kind of like the style of the cab. Dashboard looks nice. Steering wheel looks pretty cool. I've got me sandwich there, which I've had a little bite of. What's that? Ham and cheese salad or something. So, yeah. Pretty happy with it. I think it makes a slightly nicer sound than the Volvo did. Certainly with the indicators. We'll put them on in a minute, so you can hear how they sound. The indicator sound is much more satisfying than it was previously. Look, here we go.
Turn right.
Much cooler little sound that, I think. Okay, let's try and get round this corner. It held the traffic for me,
Go straight on.
giving me enough space to get around without crashing into anyone. Some roundabouts to negotiate. Oh, they're not making this easy, are they? Deary me. Hopefully it won't be too long before we're out on
Exit now.
out on the main road, and it will get a little bit simpler, hopefully. We shall see. Anyway, we're going to get underway, and we'll catch up once we're out on the open road. So this looks a little bit challenging. I've got to turn left at this roundabout. How the hell am I going to get around this? It is tight, huh? This is going to be a challenge, I think. Let's take it nice and steady.
Exit now.
Yeah, looks like we've made that okay, just about. Beautiful job. Now you can see that the truck doesn't seem to have any real problem handling this weight of delivery. I mean, obviously the pickup's a little bit slow, but we're not struggling as much as I think I would have done in the Volvo with this kind of weight. So hopefully this truck is going to be better for these kind of heavy cargo loads going forwards. So we're about an hour and a half into the drive now. Quite enjoying driving through rural France here. It's nice and green and very pretty. I think it does kind of suit having the winter mods taken off now. I think I'll probably put them back on if I go up and do anything in Norway or maybe part of Russia or whatever. It'll be nice to put it on just as a change, but after the last month or so of using it pretty exclusively, it is nice to kind of have this slightly sunnier, slightly more spring-like feel to the game. And of course it will bring better daylight hours as well, which is, makes it much easier for content creation. That has definitely got to be a consideration. Now it seems that this is taking us on a relatively circuitous route between the two places, between Nantes and Civaux. It looked like there was a much quicker route on the map than the one it's plotted out for me, but it involved going on the French motorway through the péage, through the tolls. So I'm just wondering if they've had to rule that out because I can't fit through them, which is a bit of a shame. You would think they would have some kind of setup where you could take a kind of slip road around the tolls or something like that if you've got a load like this, but apparently not. So we've got, I mean, if you look at the road on the sat nav here, it's kind of winding around a little bit, isn't it? I've got another roundabout coming up by the looks of it in a few hundred meters, which we're going to have to try and turn left at again. So yeah, they've not plotted the simplest route for me, that's for sure, but it keeps it interesting, I guess. Where's the fun in just sitting on a motorway and pointing the lorry in one direction when you can try and manoeuvre this massive grey thing around these silly little roundabouts? Much more fun.
Exit now.
There we go. See, we can manage that. No problem. Right, so we're going to crack on. I'm going to keep enjoying the countryside, and we'll catch up in a little while. We're crossing over quite a big river here. I wonder if that's the Loire. We're in that kind of part of the world now, the Loire Valley, roughly, I would say, although it does have a number of pretty big tributaries that feed into it as well. Loire Valley is an area of France I know pretty well. I've holidayed there a lot. We used to go there when I was a kid. Parents would take us on a caravanning holiday, staying around places like Saumur and Chinon, that kind of part of the world. And I've done the same with my kids. You know, we've gone over and stayed over there. It's a very nice place. It's pretty accessible from the UK. Where I live, you can hop on a ferry within 30 minutes of the house. Takes you into Cherbourg. From there, it's about a 4 or 5 hour drive down, so it's not far at all. And it's very, very nice. The climate's pretty good in the summer. Lots to do touristy wise. There's plenty of historical stuff around, loads of chateaus and stuff. Stuff for the kids to do. It's a really cool place. So yeah, if you're looking for a holiday destination that's you know, a little bit different to your normal Spain and Greece or wherever, and yeah, head on down to the Loire Valley. I think you'll enjoy it. Plenty of good wine around there too, so that's a bonus. Okay, so we've got about 2.5 hours of the drive left to go, and this is what I'm talking about when it comes to France. Look at that. A lovely vineyard there on the right-hand side. That's my kind of thing. What's going on here? There's a giraffe on the roundabout. Okay, fair enough. I wonder if we're near it. There's a really cool zoo not too far from this part of the world called it's a place called Douai. It's basically an area where there's a load of caves and stuff. There used to be a lot of, sort of troglodyte dwellings in the area, and they converted. I don't know whether it's part of it is an old quarry or something like that. And they converted that into a zoo, but they kind of made open habitats for the animals to live in there, so they're not really sort of caged up or anything. You get to roam around quite a bit. It's a really cool place. So we may be not too far away from there, I guess, if they're putting giraffes in the middle of the roundabout. Who knows? But we're making pretty good progress. We had one tiny little incident. We were going around one of these roundabouts, quite a tight one, and I just clipped the back of the heat exchanger on one of the road signs, which normally doesn't do anything, but it did cause 1% of trailer damage this time. Oh, we've got lovely sunflowers on the left hand side too. This sums up this region of France perfectly. Sunflowers and vineyards. So yeah, so we had a tiny little bit of damage to the trailer, but nothing that's going to impact things too much, I hope. I don't think you have to do this job as a perfect job. So, yeah, but I'm enjoying this. This is really nice. We're just going to push on. A couple of hours to go. Enjoying the sunshine. We'll make our delivery. Stop for a baguette. Something like that. Lovely job. It's only about an hour left of the drive now, and it's gone really smoothly. The new cab here really has performed well with this heavy load on the back. It's 60 odd tons, I think, this thing, and it's felt very much just like driving a normal load around. Obviously slightly wider, so you have to be a little more careful about how you position yourself on the road, which isn't that easy to do in a truck you're not familiar with. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, I'd be interested to know in the comment section below what you guys think about this new truck. The look of it, the feel of it, whether you prefer it to the Volvo I had previously. I mean, I think the only criticism I've got is those mirrors on the left hand side, and I can probably do something about them if I want to. They're just a bit big and obstructive, you know. Other than that, I really like it. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So, not far to go now. 40 minutes left. We will catch up as we make the delivery. Unless something major happens in between. Who knows, eh? Okay, we're getting pretty close to the delivery point now. You can see here we're delivering to this massive nuclear facility. France is pretty big on nuclear power. So, yeah, there's a few nuclear power stations around the country for sure. That looks like where we're dropping off. interestingly, there's a question mark up ahead as well. So I guess that's something we're going to have to go and check out. So that's Sivo discovered. Now, where am I dropping this off? Straight in front there, okay. They don't want me to do anything more complicated than that, which I'm quite pleased about.
Finally, we are here.
Are we going to be within the lines? Because I don't want to have to muck about and reverse and all that sort of stuff. I want to make sure we make a perfect delivery here. By giving it to us, he's saying to come forwards a little bit more. There we go. So we can detach the trailer there. That's cool. So we've done the job. That's really cool. So some progress towards a couple of achievements about some of the bigger loads, which I'm happy with. But what I really want to do now is go and check out what that question mark is, because I think it might be a viewpoint. I'm going to go and have a little look. Well, I'm confused. As far as I can tell, I have driven to where the question mark is. You know, I'm on top of that question mark right now. But there's no little green icon anywhere that I can see. I've been driving around for a few minutes trying to see if I've missed something. I just can't see anything. Unless there's another way to kind of reach it. Well, not that way, as the road is blocked. Yeah, I don't know. I am properly confused. If you look here, this is definitely the right road, but there is just nothing here that would activate anything, unless, you know, am I turning in here or something? Talk to these guys? No. It should be sort of just here where those steps are, really. But nothing. So that is properly weird. Anyway, I'm going to have a little drive around and try and work it out a bit later on. Because my guy's getting a bit tired and he needs to sleep now. So we'll come out. And we'll head back to the main screen. And we'll wrap things up there. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It would have been nice if we could have got a nice cutscene at the end for whatever that is. But I don't know why that's not working. I'll have to dig around and find out. But if you did enjoy today's episode, don't forget to drop a like on there. And if you've got any comments about what you've seen today, the new truck, how you think it compares to the old truck, let me know in the comments section below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click on that little button and ding your bell for notifications and come and hop on the Greeno bus. There's plenty of room for you all. Just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Bye for now.